Welcome everybody, it's Luis with another esports slash advice video, and I know I've been gone for some time now. It's probably been a couple of months. Fortunately, right now gaming is not a big part of my life, but I am making a conscious effort to make more videos like these because I've noticed that my esports advice content is kind of getting some traction without me promoting it, and some of you guys have been leaving comments. So decided to come back, make some more of these videos. And honestly, I missed the gaming world for a while. After we closed down the cube, I just didn't want to do anything with esports gaming. But as time has passed, I really miss being in the mix of the esports world here in Oklahoma. And I think this is my one way of just getting back to the community, getting back to that feeling of being excited about gaming and just everything that's happening. You know, I'm flirting with the idea of bringing back the Cube Esports FIFA tournaments, so keep an eye out for that. But anyways, let's get down to the topic of today, which is scammers in the esports world, and your boy fell for it. So I'm gonna make sure you guys don't fall for it. Let's get this. Like I said, unfortunately, I did fall for a scam. I'm not gonna name who it is or who, the name of the organization, just because I just don't want to give him any attention. It was me and my business partner. We fell for this individual, and how it started is when we first started this company. We did our research for about 3 months, and we didn't have any idea of what we were getting ourselves into. So we found a guy that is based out of California, and his website and referrals and reviews, everything was good. 5 stars, good reviews. Yeah, so we decided to get his service, and this individual promised us all these networking. I don't even know what to call it. He pretty much promised us an insight into the esports world, and he was going to give us, connections to suppliers for PCs, desks, all these other things, events. At this point, I'm 28, 27. I'm a grown adult. I should have done my research. I come from a banking world where we do heavy research and we do heavy, what's the word that I'm looking for? Due diligence when people are trying to get a loan or a credit card, a mortgage. So I don't know why I didn't see this. I just had my blinders that I wanted to get into the esports world, and I just didn't pay any attention. So that was my bad. I should have done my research, and I should have known there was something going on. Anyways, yeah, this guy, he sold us this dream, and yeah, we paid for it. we paid for his services, and then once he gave us those services, pretty much all the information I'm giving you guys, he gave it to us. But it was a lot of things that we could have done the research on our own, and the promises of the suppliers and the connections to these events and these other organizations, it was all a front. It was just nothing. There was nothing material. Like he gave us shit. But anyways, gives us all this information, gives us a PDF file, and I'm like, dude, I could have done this by myself. I was so pissed. I remember telling my business partner, like, oh, we're not paying, because he did installments for the payments. I told my business partner, we're not paying for this shit. Anyways, he was threatening to sue us, this, and that, whatever. We ended up paying him. That was probably the first red flag where I knew we should have just called it off. But like I said, at this point, I'm 27, 28. I should have known better. And I just went for it. You always hear people telling you, hey, go for your dreams. Man, just know that go for your dreams, but aim for the aim for the sky, and maybe you'll land on the moon, but you might land on your ass or underwater. So just know, yes, take a chance on yourself, but just know that you might end up somewhere you don't want to. And if you're okay with that, I've made my peace with it now. It's been 3 years since we closed down QB Sports, but it was hurtful. It hurt. It's still hurting financially. And it's something that I had to learn the hard way, and I can only blame myself for that. So that's my story on the scam that happened to us. So now that I'm a bit of an idiot, I'm gonna tell you what I should have done in that instance and what you should do. So let's get it. So the first thing I would do is free resources on the internet, but specifically on YouTube. There's so much content on YouTube on how to start an esports company, how to start a tournament company, how to start a team. Ton of free information out there from big content creators, like Hex or Nade Shot, to bottom feeders like me. I appreciate you guys watching my content now, but yeah, like I don't feel like I'm at the top, but at least I went through the process, so you know that I'm not pulling your chain. And a lot of you that have watched my content know that I tell it how it is, and that's the number one thing that you should pay attention when watching content on YouTube or the internet, is that if an individual is telling you, hey, this is hard, tells you, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this, and this is why, listen to them, because it bit them. And if somebody's trying to tell you, hey, this is what happened, I failed, a lot of people are going to say, well, it's not going to happen to me. Wrong. It's going to happen to you too. That's why we're making these videos. And I used to be very optimistic. This, kind of kicked my butt. And now I'm a realist. I'm in the middle. Anyways, I'm looking out for you guys. That's all I'm trying to say. So if some of the content that you watch, they might be a little bit negative, no, we're just looking out for you. So if that's the first thing that you notice out of these videos, we're talking, the talk because we did the walk and, we failed. Or we succeeded, but it hurt. That's the number one thing that I would say. Keep an eye out for that. Tip number 2 would be, instead of looking at these companies that promote themselves to give you advice and service for a fee or for money, look for local organizations like tournament organizers. What's another one? Local esports organizations, which I would consider Cube Esports as a local esport. Grassroots is the word that I'm trying to look for. And then the last one is colleges. Colleges that have programs. Doesn't matter how big or how small the college. If they have something that's sustainable and they're putting teams out and putting tournaments, I would reach out to them and ask them, hey, I'm trying to do this. Can you give me some advice? Again, number one thing, if you go out there and you have this, you're living in fantasy land and you think, oh, I got this bulletproof way of making sure that I don't fail, and you come to them and they say, well, actually, you shouldn't do any of this because X, Y, and Z, listen to them. They're not trying to kill your dreams. They're just letting you know, hey, it's probably not going to work. Shout out to Moog from OU Esports, who is probably the biggest esports organization, public and private, out here in the Midwest. He started with something small, and now he has a big esports program, so shout out to him. When I first reached out to him when I was doing my research, he told me this would fail. It did. And he told me why. I didn't listen because I was like, nah, it's not going to happen to me. It happened to me. It's going to happen to you. So don't do it. So, number one thing, if these people are looking out for you, come out with an open mind. They might shatter your dreams. But at the end of the day, you're a human being with your own conscience and your own dreams and your own capabilities. So if you think you can do it, hey, we warned you. And if you succeed, great for you. Great. But if not, hey, we told you. So watch out for scammers. If it sounds too good to be true, it's not true. Run from them. Get away from them. Run to the hills. Don't. Okay. Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit negative, but I'm just looking out for you. Don't spend all your money on this. Really think about it. Do your research. Look around what's going on in the esports world, in your community, in your city, your state, college, campus, high school, whatever. If it's something that can be sustainable, then do it. But look out for mentors, and yeah, that's all I got for today. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. I will try to make more esports content like this, but I kind of want to do more. I kind of want to get back to streaming, honestly. I miss it. And somebody still subscribed to our old Twitch, so we just got paid. Multiple people are still subscribed to our, and we haven't streamed in like a year or so. But I'm trying to get my credentials back for Twitch so we can start streaming again. So not as much as we used to, but I'll try to stream at least once a month. Anyways, keep an eye out for the FIFA tournament content that's coming out. Yep. See you guys next time. Bye.